sees. You got me strong and I don't care who sees. You got me.
Hello, friendlings. Yeah, today we're gonna have one of those conversations, you know? One of those I'm slamming my book down conversations. My book has my notes, so I'm slamming it down so I can see it. But the conversation is really around why most of us are not girls. Primarily, let's talk about how most of us are using that term incorrectly. Girls is really supposed to be the antidote to a pick-me, right? It's supposed to be about girls who abide to the girls' code, girls who stand by each other, support each other, you know, when time comes, right, and the girl is right and the girl's being done wrong. Rather than choosing the guy's side because it'll benefit you, you choose the girl's side. Rather than choosing the wrong side, not necessarily saying the guy's side is the wrong side, but rather than choosing the wrong side, you choose the girl's side, right? Because you abide by the code rather than what would benefit you personally. That's the idea behind the girl's code. I feel like a lot of us are using it incorrectly. And a lot of the reason we might be using it incorrectly is because our faves are using it incorrectly. Now, you know me, I'm a Clark fan. You probably don't know me, but I'm a Clark fan. But she did make this video and she was like, I can never call myself a girls because I hate some of you bitches. And I was like, Clark, oh my God. And she goes on to talk about this girl who was basically being a pick-me in the comments on X, formerly known as Twitter, and how she was like, I hate dark-skinned bitches. I hate that. Even though she was dark-skinned too, you know, cognitive dissonance, whatever. You know, I'm not gonna talk about that. But in that being said, she did use the term girls incorrectly because I watch Clark and she is 100% a girl's girl according to her videos, right? And I think that what we mean is I'm not always gonna choose a girl's side. And I think what we wanna say is I'm not always gonna choose a girl's side because I hate some of you bitches. And the truth is, I stand by that. I hate some of you bitches. However, I am a girl's girl. Have I always been a girl's girl? No. And I would argue a lot of us haven't always been girls. Particularly in college, I would argue that some of my actions may have been seen as how do you say, mean, sometimes leaning towards into aggressive. I will say though, as a girl who's fallen out of a lot of friend groups, as a girl who's often been criticized about being the meanest or the rudest or the crudest when I'm not around, right? After I've left, after I'm not amongst anymore, I think what I found to be true is it's easy to become a girl group. It's easy to form a clique. It's easy to be the one to take the fall when you're no longer around. But my fault in particular is that I get mean. When we sit in there, we gossiping, we chilling, I open my big mouth a little too wide. I say a little too much, right? And they hold on to that and put it in their pocket. All the stuff they're saying, I'm like, it's funny. But all the stuff I say, they put it in their pocket. And then when we're there with other people and I'm no longer around, it's very easy for them to say, oh, you know, she said this. And obviously I can't stand up for myself and obviously whatever, but that's not the big deal. That's not even the conversation that we're talking about. The conversation we're talking about is being a girls. And my point to tell you that I've fallen out of a bunch of girl groups, you know, I'm like, who am I like? I'm like LaToya from Destiny's Child. You know what I mean? Just leaving a girls group. The reason why I still stand by being a girl's girl is because I understand how personal things don't really naturally impact the overall thing. And what do I mean by that? I mean that there is a bigger message, there is a bigger story that comes from sisterhood and womanhood and girlhood and experiencing that together than us having petty fights over bus rides, of us having petty fights over something I said or didn't say, right? So the more I think about that, I'm like, you know, there are a lot of reasons for me not to be a quote unquote girl's girl, but I think a lot of them are petty. And I think that there are some benefits that come with not being a girl's girl, right? You feel like you'd be chosen more by the other group. I just say do it at your own cost. Do it at your own cost. You feel me? There are a lot of things that I feel like lead us in these circles, right? Where we're like, I had a friend group, I lost my friend group, I had a best friend, I lost my best friend. And what I found as I get older is that those things really become unimportant. Because as I've found over and over again, when times get hard, the people that pick us up are our girls. And I can even argue that for the men out there, the people that do pick them up are their girls. Whether it's their sister, whether it's their girl best friend, whether it's their auntie, the person who's gonna come and help you get through it are the girls. There is a community that comes with womanhood, right? That helps us get through so much. And I'm not saying that use the girls as a plug-in for places where your man, if you're in a heterosexual relationship, or your partner doesn't suffice in. I'm saying cater to all your relationships equally. Because what I've found is that the groundwork, the community work that comes out of being a girls and abiding by the girls code is really something that can get you not only through your hardest times, but through your best times. And often I feel like we're not celebratory enough about the relationships we have with our girls. And I'm not just talking about girls trips and celebrating parties and dinners and brunches. I'm saying like generally honoring the girls in our lives who have helped build community. So as we move on in our day to day and we want to open our big stinky mouths and say, oh, you know, me, I'm not a girl's girl. Stop it, because you are, or you're working towards it like me. And maybe just try to use the term correctly and just say that I don't relate to all women. I don't like all women. Sometimes women be stupid. It's fine. That's your opinion, and it is very much true. Some of us be stupid, and that's okay. However, I think that once you adopt the girl code into your lifestyle, you could be doing a lot of great things for yourself. Sticking by a code of ethics that center you as a woman can keep you away from a lot of things that could do a lot of harm. So just think about it. Where do we go from here? What's the action term? What was the point of the conversation? The point of the conversation, use girls the correct way. The second point of the conversation is really think about your code of ethics, right? Do I abide by the girl code? This stuff seems really trivial, but I'm telling you, as you get older, as you leave college, these are the things that become so much more important when you decide whether you want to go to your friend's birthday party or some little thing of your boyfriend's. Honor all your relationships equally, and particularly honor and cherish these women relationships that you have. And that's all I gotta say on that, because I'm a girl's girl end of the day.